We are back live on Facebook. I am glad to be back in Facebook. I apologize for whatever I did wrong because y'all ain't never tell me what I did wrong. I just said you can't be on here. Wrong because y'all ain't never tell me what I did wrong. That wasn't very nice. So we're gonna watch our manners and glad to be back on the book. Listen, I got a link in the title on Facebook. So if you want to join me, you are more than welcome to come on and join the conversation and as to whatever it is we talk about, where it goes. But please, as you get over here, do me a favor and hit the like button, hit the share button, share this broadcast out. Again, I am glad to be back on Facebook Live. And there has been a great deal of things going on in Georgetown County. And we're going to start talking about the most recent big thing that's going on right now. And that's the fentanyl overdoses that took place in Georgetown County Jail on March 15th. This is a story that it keeps getting better. It keeps getting and what I mean keeps getting better. It keeps getting more interesting, and it keeps kicking up a lot of questions. While I was just sitting around in here getting ready to do this, waiting for the countdown for me to be able to get back on live, I was looking through old articles of deaths in Georgetown County Jail, and I found something that was interesting to say the least, and I'm gonna share that with you guys here. So again, this is we're gonna do an update here. First of all, we're gonna talk about quite a few things, but again, we're gonna update as to what and for those of you who coming over for the first time, please hit the follow button. And what I'm talking about again is the case in that's taking place involving the young lady that lost her life right here. Rest in peace to Miss Shelby Ashby, who lost her life in Georgetown County Jail. Well, she came across some fentanyl allegedly from this lady right here, Kelly Lambert, on Friday, March 15th, that where they had a bad reaction. They had an overdose, ended up going to the hospital. A lot of questions. The story came out, and the sheriff, Georgetown County Sheriff, came and did a press release. And let's listen to this.
15th, around 5:56 p.m., Kelly Lambert was booked into the Georgetown County Detention Center. Correctional officers processed her at the booking counter, and she was put into population, where she came into contact with Alicia Childers and Shelby Ashby, two inmates currently serving a sentence at the Georgetown County Detention Center. Sometime after, Alicia Childers was found unresponsive by correctional officers, and Georgetown County EMS was called to the detention center to render aid. Subsequently after that, Miss Ashby was found unresponsive, and EMS also attended to Miss Ashby. Both Miss Childers and Miss Ashby were transported to Tidelands Health in the city of Georgetown. Miss Childers was treated and released from Tidelands Health, and Miss Ashby remained at Tidelands Health until this morning. I met with her family this morning here at my office, and they advised me that she has died as a result of the incident that occurred Friday night. I ordered 2 investigations on Friday night after this incident occurred. One was an administrative investigation to show how anyone could get contraband or an illicit drug such as this into inmate population. The other is a criminal investigation to hold any and all persons responsible in this matter. Kelly Lambert, to date, has been charged with bringing a controlled substance into the facility and also with contraband. The criminal investigation will also include any misconduct that was performed by my staff during this process. One of my duties as sheriff is the care, custody, and control of inmates, and that must be done in a professional manner. It must be done according to policy. It must be done according to standards, and it must be done according to law. The investigation is ongoing, and I will notify you of any new developments.
All right, and there he is, Sheriff Carter Weaver. And again, I was looking through some old articles, and let me see if I can get some of this up here right now, man. Yeah, this is on something that I posted. One of the videos that I posted about this situation. A young lady told me to look into this gentleman right here, and as you can see right here, as reported by Gab News, there's a wrongful death lawsuit, and this was back in December 13th, 2023, involving a young man by the name of Brandon McElveen, who died while incarcerated at the Georgetown County Hospital. Apparently, he was having some kind of medical complication, and he ended up dying. And I don't want to oversimplify it, but it's not me that's simplifying these things. And so here, let me show you some older cases of inmates. Seemed like going through the same thing, and it's the same standard story. With these inmates passing away in Georgetown County, and I'm not alleging anything. It's just I thought this was weird. All right, and I kept the news title in it just so you know that I got it from News 15. And this is an article back from I think the dates on the other part of this right here. But Georgetown, let's see, Georgetown, South Carolina, an inmate in Georgetown County Detention Center died at the hospital Friday. The Georgetown County Sheriff's Office said an unconscious inmate was transported to the local hospital where he later died. Okay, let me give you the rest of that. So you don't think I'm just trying to clip it all. I mean, clip it. Here's the rest of that. Paramedics took an inmate to Thailand's Georgetown Memorial Hospital for further care, but could not revive the inmate. Deputies say no foul play is suspected. Okay, here's another case. What does this say? Inmate Georgetown County Detention Center dies at hospital. This is back in 2020. I think that last case I just read was from like 2016, maybe. And listen to the write up, right? Again, this is from another news organization. An inmate at the Georgetown County Detention Center died at the hospital Friday. This is from 2020. This is a different article from what I just read you. It's just like it's like a standard press release that they got for this, and it's all the same thing. But you never hear, and it's not to say that it's not happening, but I don't ever hear about them administering Narcan to some of these people. Let's see. Georgetown County inmate dies in custody. This is a 2016 article. And look, it says inmate died Friday afternoon, Georgetown County Detention Center. and these articles don't give their name. And I was looking for like follow ups because every time it's like SLED is investigating, more information will come, but you never get that more information. So if anybody that comes across this video, if it's a family member or somebody that that's involved in these incidents, please reach out and let me know so I can put some names with some faces. Because there's something going on in Georgetown County. According to deputies, the inmate was in medical distress shortly before 4 p.m. The jail officials gave the inmate CPR until paramedics arrived. Again, sound like somebody that was experiencing. And so the sheriff went on to well, before I do that, I want to shout out this young man right here, man, who recently was about to sign on Tuesday with uh, Methodist University out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Young man right there. His name is Aaron Moore, and he's committed to sign with Methodist University to continue his football career as well as his academic career. So good luck to the young man. Look forward to making that trip up to Fayetteville to see you play. Salute to tonight. There was an event in Andrews. The Girl Scouts had a ceremony, and they were all dressed out in their uniforms. Looked very good, very professionally done. Salute to in the photo right here, Miss Luana Miller and Miss. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank now. Why would I draw a blank now? Hold on, when I see her, I'll Miss. She's not on social media, so she ain't gonna see this. So, but yeah, they had an event tonight, and her name will come to me in a second. Oh man, I know her last name's Frazier. I know that. But they had an event tonight at Ebenezer Baptist Church, and the young ladies were, and the turnout was amazing. There was a lot of people there, so it was beautiful to see that. And had some people come to me and say, "Hey man, we need to get the Cub Scouts and the Boy Scouts started." And I wanted to just say, "No shit, Sherlock, no." But you're absolutely right, sir, and let's do that. All right. We're back on track. So we know that the sheriff spoke in error on that video that he did because the coroner came out with a statement saying that after the sheriff had said that the young lady was dead, the young lady who was part of the overdose this past Friday, this young lady right here, he said that she was dead, and she was not dead when he said it. Now, he said he spoke to the family. Now, there hasn't been any, I haven't heard anything else on that. Now, you may think, oh, he just misspoke. He may have misspoke, but I think what we're seeing is a broken system that's being exposed because again, finally the lady ended up passing, and so here's some of the latest stuff that the sheriff came up with.
Please allow me to give you a second update into the overdose that occurred at the Georgetown County Detention Center on Friday, March 15th, where one of those overdoses led to the death of Miss Shelby Ashby. Our condolences go to the Ashby family in this situation that was unwarranted and that should not have happened. Two things did happen as a result of those overdoses, though, and the death of Miss Ashby. A criminal investigation, which is being led by my office, the Drug Enforcement Administration, and the State Law Enforcement Division, into the actions taken by Ms. Lambert in bringing a contraband and a Scheduled I drug into our facility. The other action is an administrative investigation where It has two parts. One part is, have my employees done anything criminally wrong in the searching or their actions and the lack thereof when searching Miss Lambert when she came into our facility, and then when she was placed into inmate population, which led to Miss Lambert being able to give this illicit drug to Miss Ashby and another inmate, which led to the death of Miss Ashby. The other part of this investigation is the administrative investigation. What did my employees do? What did they do or not do as far as the care, custody, and control, or the things that we raise our right hand and we're sworn to do when we house inmates? And what do we do as expected by our citizens of Georgetown County in the housing of inmates? That is what's been occurring here since Friday night. The criminal investigation has led to charges against Ms. Lambert. I've already reported those. That was the contraband and distribution of Schedule I narcotics. But I'm also working with our state and federal partners to find any avenue whatsoever and the strictest and the heaviest route we can take to charge her either state or federally now that we have a death of Miss Ashby. The administrative investigation to date has led to the relief of duty of our jail administrator and the firing of the officer who was in booking that night and searched or did not search Miss Lambert as she was put into inmate population. And when she was put into that inmate population, she was able to give a drug to Miss Ashby, which caused her death. That drug was brought in by Miss Lambert from the street, laid simply on the booking counter, and Miss Lambert was able and allowed to pick those candy wrappers up and the simple pieces of paper which the drugs were contained therein and taken back to inmate population. That is what our findings are to date. Folks, it's simple. When you take a job here and you're put in a place of public trust and you're given the training and you're given the latitude to do your job, I expect you to do your job. This case is ongoing and very active, and we'll continue to give you updates.
So there you have it. The sheriff of Georgetown County with the second update in the case of Shelby Ashby losing her life in the Georgetown County Detention Center, being given drugs. Now, that's a lot of stuff he said in there. There's a lot to unpack there. And he, mm, well, one of the first things that the whole idea of she simply packed it in to put the fentanyl in a candy wrap, and it has been confirmed that it was fentanyl, that those they did find fentanyl in those ladies' system. But the idea that, and this is why I said the broken system. How many times? First of all, how long has Kelly Lambert been on weekend time? And according to her daughter, Kelly Lambert is a mess. According to people that I just talked to randomly in the street, Kelly Lambert is a mess. So the fact that she was allowed to even serve weekend time, knowing her condition, you could look at her and make a safe judgment that this lady's on some hard drugs. So how long was she on this thing? And how far are you going to go back in your cameras and look to see if she did this? How many weekends was she able to bring drugs into the jail? And the idea again that she took the drugs in candy wrappers, sat it in front of a deputy, a jailer, and was allowed to pick it up and go in the back, go into population with something straight off of the street. How long has that been going on in Georgetown County Jail? And where is the oversight? I want to know what training has been done and what is the training protocol. That person that was fired, you better not tuck your tail between your ass and run. You better look, because that sounds like a breakdown in the whole. And he was careful to say that the jail administrator, because he in the first video he said he was looking for an administrative breakdown. Well, he didn't fire the jail administrator. He fired the lower person, um, the jailer, the booking officer. Was his decision based on necessity? When I say necessity, uh, does he have a full crew? Because I see on his page he's always recruiting, trying to hire, deputies and detention center workers. And there's been a couple different um, officers let go from the detention center. And then you got deputies that's walking away. So the question would be, um, where was the oversight in this? That's the problem I have with an agency investigating itself. This needs to be an outside agency coming in, looking, doing an audit of what's been going on, looking through the cameras, looking through everything. Because again, we're in an election cycle, and that's the problem. That's the problem I have with elected sheriffs and elected judges, is because their job is political at a point. I mean, it's political, and so I know you all have heard the phrase that politics makes strange bedfellows. Well, it's no difference in these cases. Um, Again, when the sheriff jumped out and tried to get in front of the story, here's something that I again, while I'm on that politics and an election and all that stuff coming up, if you've been following me, I've been talking about and paying attention to the sheriff Carter Weaver's his dealings with the county council, and that's who funds him. Now, I don't know how, I don't know if they have oversight over him or how it works, because he's an elected official and they're elected. I don't know how that works, but I know that he has to go to them for budget concerns. And this, you can see this was back in May 24th, 2023. And this is on the Georgetown County Sheriff Department's Facebook page. It should be, as of a few minutes ago, it's still up there. I don't know how long it's going to be up there after this, but this is a clear picture of what I would characterize as the contempt that the sheriff has for the county council. This statement sounds like contempt. It says the county council clearly has no understanding or a plan to address the public safety needs in Georgetown County. That is a strong statement. And the county council, um, that is that is why change is needed in Georgetown County Council. I can agree with him in that part right there. Now, he would know better than me whether or not they have a proper plan in place for Georgetown County, as far as what their plans are, what they plan to do when it comes to public safety in Georgetown County. Um, Now, I don't know if he was purely speaking, because during that time it was about money. It was about the money that he needed, the extra $1 million that he needed for more officers, and about that bond for the new jail that he wants. Because he's been going around. I seen him in a video saying that the living conditions in that jail are horrible. Well, apparently the medical conditions in that jail are horrible too, because um, there's been repeat. where even in this case, we need to know, was Narcan used? Okay, because we've confirmed that it is at the facility. Has anybody been trained? I mean, given the fact, right? Given the fact that Georgetown County has the numbers that it has when it comes to opioids. You got people coming in there dying from withdrawal, folks not knowing what to do. And these are young people. These aren't old, old elderly people that's coming in there dying like this. The young lady that lost her life is 23 years old. 23. And I reached out to an organization. They haven't reached back out to me. I don't know. Maybe I am a little bit too political for them. I hope that's not the case. Again, I did speak with a lady, and like I was telling her, I'm capable of having a conversation without injecting politics in it, my politics, because these organizations they rely on funding from government agencies, and it's not good practice to criticize these people because even if you're right in your critical analysis, this could hurt the funding of these organizations. Now I know you might be thinking that's not fair. Well, life isn't fair, so you kind of got to deal with it. Um, but these ladies laid it out at Georgetown County, and maybe with this going on right now, maybe that'll spark the county council to take more of an interest, because apparently the sheriff thinks that you guys should be have take more interest in the public safety of Georgetown County. And I mean, if he didn't believe that, he would have never made let the statement go up. Now, and I think this statement comes directly from the sheriff, because I don't think somebody would take the liberty to take a swipe at the Georgetown County Council. Somebody who's working to page the media, public information officer, whoever who's running this page. I don't think they would take the liberty to put this. And if they did, then again, that speaks to the oversight issue that I think needs to be addressed. Because again, that whole situation was, and I said it from day one, familiarity breeds contempt. And the type of person that Kelly Lambert is, she's not dumb. She watches and she understands, and um, she she's not dumb. She understands dumb people. She understands the stupid idiot guard who, um, for whatever reason, lets his guard down. And you have to know you're dealing with stupid people if you think, well, you know what, I'll just put the drugs in a candy wrapper and bring it through. So, you know, you say what you want to say about this lady. She was smart enough to understand. Like now, whether or not she did this before, that's a question. Okay, because again, there was somebody that was close to the situation that heard her say that you know the drugs that she brought in was a gift for this lady who was being held in conjunction with a murder charge. I think on the side of uh, um, something after the fact type deal. I don't think she was charged with the actual murder, but um, and then the other lady the same deal. So could this lady have been sent in there with a gift? That's what she was overheard saying. This is a gift for Shelby. Did somebody give her that because she obviously brought it from the street? And again, the question is, how long has she been doing this? Um, and I mean, who's watching who over there? Because again, she knew she could do this. And I mean, who what kind of balls you gotta have to literally be coming to do weekend time, bring the drugs with you? First of all, that takes a level of guts, not brains, but just like you crazy. Then you come up with the idea that not only am I gonna bring the drugs in here, right? But I'm gonna put the drugs right in front of this person. Person probably was, they didn't want to deal with her. She's nasty, whatever. Come on, hurry up. Now, yeah, just get it, put it in your pocket, go to the back. Again, how long has this been happening? And who has been, where's the checks and balances at in this thing? If they are that lax at the intake part of the process, I would go ahead and say that they are lax all the way through the whole chain of command. And would say they are that way because there's no oversight. Nobody's checking on it. You know what I mean? Nobody's making sure that things are where they should be. And so you heard in that video also that Carter said he was going to charge. He wanted to charge her with the highest level of and why? Because she embarrassed her. Because I mean, ultimately, these ladies took the drugs. You know what I mean? They know it ain't like, well, this is the first case of somebody ODing in Georgetown County. And again, how do they don't know, they didn't even know she had them in there. So how they know all this other stuff now? Unless she's, in there telling them what happened, which is crazy. In Lambert Town, y'all let me know whether or not you guys got your form over there yet. And I keep saying Lambert Town because the lady's last name is Lambert, and um, it's no secret Lambert Town loves fentanyl. Folks in Lambert Town, not everybody, of course, that'd be wrong to say that or even suggest that. But you ain't got to worry about no tree over there getting them. You got to worry about that fent over there getting them, though. And whoever gave that stuff to Kelly, you probably should have been. You probably should be watching this from another couple states away right now, because they talking about hitting her with a charge that could land her in jail a minimum of 20 years. Okay, and they're talking about the sheriff is talking about hitting her with the Lynn bias. Um, Basically the Len Bias charge. And Len Bias, for those who don't know, Len Bias was uh, one of my favorite basketball players, probably my favorite basketball players during the time that he played at the University of Maryland. And Len Bias was drafted by the Boston Celtics. You see him there with that Boston Celtics hat. Shortly after this picture right here, Len Bias ended up going back to Maryland, hooked up with his partner right here, Brian Tribble, in his college dorm, and they took some cocaine, and Len Bias lost his life. And so there was a law created. It's called a Len Bias law. And I'm going to read to you a little bit about it. And this is what they're wanting to charge Miss Lambert under. Let's see what I got up here. I don't think this is it. But the limb bias law, it basically, in a nutshell, what it is that if I give you drugs and you die from those drugs, then you know I'm basically guilty of murder. And so let's find this stuff here. Give me a second, guys. All right. All right, and there you go. Possible murder charges that's going to come down for this lady. And I mean, the world is going to come down on her, but again, she would have never, if okay, she should have never brought the drugs. What gave her the confidence that she could bring the drugs is she probably realized how lax the security was there. Again, the question needs to be answered: how long has she been on weekend duty, right? Um, so, and how is that possible? All right, let's see. And so this is coming from Gab News. Okay. We spoke with the 15th Circuit Solicitor Jimmy Richardson, no relation, who said there are various charges Lambert could face. He said it is even possible she could be charged with murder. Now, Lambert is um Lambert is poor. Lambert is a poor white person. She is on the lower end of the spectrum. I'm going to be interested in how the system deals with her um, in this case. So hopefully they remain transparent, like they appearing to want to be now, but something just seems a little bit off. Richardson cited the federal limb bias law. Just told you a little bit about limb bias, named after the Boston Celtic player who died in 1986 from cocaine overdose. Brian Tribble was charged with supplying cocaine that resulted in Bias' death. He he was later acquitted of the charges. The limb bias law was passed by Congress not long after his death. The law provides mandatory minimum prison terms of 20 years and a maximum life sentence, along with a fine of up to $2 million for cases of drug distribution that led to the death or serious injury of a person. Weaver said he expects to decide soon whether to seek federal charges against Lambert. And my question is this: has this have because all right, here we go. Um, I'm sure Carter Weaver has been given names and all kinds of stuff of people who were associated, like say for instance, a family member, somebody family member ODs, they died, they OD of like in this lady's case, but they do it on the street. And the people around them, they know who this person gets the drugs from, right? They know this. Um, has this ever been seeked? So if you find out where Kelly Lambert got the drugs from, will you seek the same 20-year life sentence charge, limb bias charge against those people? Because again, this seems like a little bit of overkill because, you're kind of embarrassed right now. You know what I mean? And you're embarrassed because your system is failed. I don't know of a jail in America except Georgetown County Detention Center, obviously, where you're allowed to take the contents of your pockets past that booking desk. They usually come with a little container put it in a bag, label it. I don't care what it is. Pieces of candy. Again, you gotta have huevos the size of watermelons to even say, I'm gonna take the drugs. I'm going to the jailhouse with the drugs. And I'm gonna take the dope, sit it in their face. Bam, right in your face. Either they was working with him or they just, and I heard the sheriff making reference to criminal behavior with the staff. He needs to know if anything they did was criminal. That's why you gotta be careful the jobs you take. And even when you take these jobs, like he said, you raised your right hand, you took an oath. I don't know if you read the fine print and and where it says where if you don't do this job, you can be, you can lose your freedom. But this is the results of cutting corners and just letting that, and it's crazy. Again, to my yeah, I mean, checked, like, especially it seems like there should be a special set of searching procedures for anybody that's, especially if you're going and coming from the jail. You're going home during the week and you're coming back in. You're going, that should, like, if the contraband's gonna come in, obviously it's gonna come in with them. You know what I mean? And I mean, and it wasn't like she took the dope and stuck it up her butt or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Or put it up for private. She literally took the dope, put it on the counter, according to what the sheriff says. Now, I don't know. That could have been candy. Again, what do the cameras say? And that's what they need to do, is release some because you can go get a new jail. I mean, you can build a new jail, spend the 68 million or whatever, 70 million or whatever it's going to be. But if you run the new jail the same way you run in the old jail, that don't make the people in the jail no more safer, with you doing this, and then you got judges just putting these people back out on the street. Bam, quick, no problem. Hey, bam, okay, you did it. This your fourth offense. All right, don't do it no more. Go, you get another bond. That happened in Georgetown, where they let somebody who was in there for murder out and then went out and killed again. So that's why these elections are so important, because again, you elect your judges, you elect your sheriffs. These are elected officials. And the more I learn, the more I understand that gives them thing. I was supposed to do this so long ago, but
Are you tired of dealing with pesky cockroaches in your home or office? Look no further than our $200 German cockroach treatment. Our program is eco-friendly, safe for both children and adults, and will quickly eliminate any cockroaches present. Plus, our fast, effective service ensures that your property will be clean and free of any mess left behind. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact us today and enjoy a cockroach-free home or office.
Yeah. And again, I was, hopefully these ladies reach out to me. But these are the ladies that I'm talking about right here. Let's see how this plays.
Hired by Horry and Georgetown County in 2017 to write the opioid study. And I was recently given an award by Chief Proc and the mayor of Myrtle Beach for leading the pathway for that study. So when I was writing the opioid study for Horry and Georgetown County, we actually looked at all of these numbers, some of which Corey was just reporting. And so we know prior to that study, there was no Narcan available. You had to actually go and get a prescription for Narcan. There was which was over $300. And again, we provide all these services for free. I thought it might be important tonight just to talk a little
Now,
bit about
this is
some of the
all while
statistics in
Georgetown County is number
specifically.
one
And
in.
these are from the latest numbers
She
from
she's gonna go through
just
some of these numbers.
released their report, and I pulled these statistics directly from that report. So if you look at all the counties in the state of South Carolina, Georgetown County leads the state, not per capita, just merely leads the state in the number of people who suffer from an overdose and go to the hospital. So Tidelands Hospital is inundated with overdoses, or people overdosing, or people just going to take an ambulance to the hospital. You actually lead the state in that number. In 2022.
So again, with this being such a big problem, once people get addicted to drugs, they start to committing a bunch of low level crimes and different things for money. Um, where is the? I haven't heard anything about the plan or the system that's in place because all these people end up going to the hospital and dying, and I don't hear anything about they were revived by deputies with Narcan at the station. I mean, at the detention center.
Hired by Horry and Georgetown County in 2017 to write the opioid study, and I
need to run another one because I can't keep starting that over like that. Yeah, they want to hit her with the Lynn bias. Said that this lady gave that young lady a lethal dose of fentanyl. Yeah, man. There's something else I wanted to talk about. I wonder how many lawsuits there are out there right now on Georgetown County. Georgetown County Detention Center, I should say, for wrongful deaths. Anyway, man, I am back doing lives, and I'm so happy.